Hello, hello, hello. This is Chaotica
Hola.
here and eRock, and we got GG of the Year 2020-21 Willow with us here at the GORE Horror Hour. How is everybody doing?
Good.
How has your day been today, Willow?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Fun stuff at work.
Awesome. What about you, eRock? How was your day?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Went to work, did a little tree trimming and stuff because it's nice out now. So it's nice to have some nice weather.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day today.
Very.
Right out the bat, I'm going to be asking the lovely Willow here some questions. And first, I want to let you know that we do have Sea Haunt coming up in 2025, and you're still able to book that. Make your reservations soon. Payment options are available. Go to seahaunt.com, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're also going to do the Haunted Hotel Takeover again as well. Again, that's seahaunt.com. Willow. Everybody has a GG story. Our very first episode, we talked about our GG stories. Do you have a GG moment or GG story that you'd like to share with us?
Ooh. One of probably my most memorable and favorite memories that I ever got to have with GGs is one of the first conventions that I went to. I want to say that it was actually Horror Hound Indie. We got to sit there and roll Valkyrie like a ball, just back and forth in front of the booth, and we were having such a blast with it. All the kids that were walking by thought that it was one of the greatest things on the planet, and we were all just like, there was a couple of us that were clowns, and I want to say that she was Adeline for that one. And like we were all in character, we were all just goofing off, and we were just rolling them back and forth like a ball, and it was awesome.
Oh man, I get the one where she's all dressed up in black goop and slimed on.
Yeah,
I think which character is that? Is that Adeline as well?
That is Adeline. Yeah,
that is Adeline. Yeah, that one.
Yep, Adeline is one of my favorite characters that they do. That one is just so fantastic.
Yeah, the first time that she ever came to a show, it was before she was even a gorgeous girl. She was dressed like Adeline and was doing the same thing.
Wow.
But yeah, that's how we got introduced to Val. She was Adeline.
So, tell me your experience as GG of the Year for both 2020 and 21. How did you feel about that moment, and how has it changed?
I can honestly say that neither one of them I expected. I always put my heart and soul into what we do when we're at the cons, when we're doing photo shoots and everything like that. I give it my all, and I worked really hard. And when I got them, I was still just in absolute shock that I had actually done it. I hadn't been a part of everything for very long, so it didn't feel real to me, and it still doesn't. It doesn't feel real, but it's amazing and it's incredible, and I feel like I can really like coach and tutor these girls that come in and want to join us, and really just give them just the best help that I can with how to pursue the same thing. And I look forward to getting that third one. I want to reach Liz status of hitting that third one and knocking them all out, man.
I feel you on that one. Speaking of the other girls, what advice would you give for our upcoming GGs and our fiends that are striving for the very same goal as GG of the Year?
It takes a lot of hard work at the show up to these cons. Really like work. It's a job. You are not just selling yourself, but you're selling us. You're trying to get these people, interested in our magazines, our merch, our, everything as a whole, even if it's just a little sticker, like getting them to show the slightest bit of interest and show the slightest bit of support. It adds up. And the more you bring to us, the more support that we can get, the more that we're going to get out there, and we're going to thrive, and we're going to get better. And just throw those insecurities out the window, man.
Right.
It's embody another character. Like
Exactly.
it's when I do these, I am Willow. Like I am
Yeah,
totally
you get the
person.
opportunity to throw all that behind you and
Yeah.
be out there and it builds so much confidence.
And it
it's
really does. It's not even just the shoots, like the photo shoots and everything. They have done incredible things for my self-confidence and
Mhm.
everything like that. But it also translates into when you are working the cons and you're actually
Mhm.
face to face with these people, it helps you shed that, shyness and that insecurity and like, oh, you guys are, really interested in what I'm saying. You guys are
Right.
actually like really interested in what we have to offer. Like, that's really cool.
Right. And
It's a
as
really cool
far as
feeling.
you said, selling yourself and merch and stuff like that. Do you have any merch, Willow?
I do actually. I just found it. And still unpacking from moving and everything.
Right.
I actually have a little plethora of some buttons, some keychains, some stickers. We have our own t-shirt company and everything, so I make my own t-shirts and stuff like that. If you actually get a personal t-shirt from me, I hand did that. Like
Right.
I put my heart and soul in that too.
Right. And they can find your merch on your social media platforms straight through you or
Yes, on if you go to my link tree, if you message me on any of my social media platforms and you're looking for any of that, I have my own personal inventory of all of it and I can get anything shipped out to you as soon as humanly possible.
Awesome. And speaking of merch, eRock, you're rocking some GG gear yourself. When you want to tell people about it?
That's right. If you go to gorgeousgirls.com, we have all of our different style jerseys, football, baseball, hockey jerseys. We even have basketball ones available. They're not on the website yet, but if you're interested in those, you can always get a hold of us. And plus all of our other merchandise is on there as well. So then I'll put that up there so you guys can see that part.
www.gorgeousgirls.com. You want to visit and get your merch. You can get tank tops like this, like I'm sporting right now, and help rep. And Miss Willow over there, and you got the booty shorts and all kinds of good stuff going on at thegorgeousgirls.com. You want to help us represent, get the word out. Quick question, Willow. We're gonna go with and you're familiar with the FMK, aren't you? The whole fuck, marry, kill. I'm going to reach back to some of that because these are some of the questions that eRock said that he used to ask in some of these magazines. So I'm gonna kind of visit some roots, and it's who would you fuck, marry, or kill? I'm going to give you 3 people: Freddie, Jason, and Michael. Who would you fuck, marry, or kill? Did she get? Are you still thinking?
All right.
So let's revisit that. Freddie, Jason, Michael. Who would you fuck, marry, or kill?
So I'm going to kill Michael. Just to say I actually did it. Just for one.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows you can't. So I'm going to try anyway. Ooh. Let's see. Fuck Freddie because he's been in my dreams. So he knows what I want. And marry Jason because he's a sweetheart under that mask. Like he's so quiet and so nice. He just needs a hug.
Yeah, everybody loves a mama's boy, right?
So, there's not something to do with that name. Maybe it's something to do with that name.
With Kane?
No, the name.
Oh, the name. Sorry.
Yeah, the name Jason.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's not some kind of slip or something.
Absolutely. What about you, eRock?
Well, let's see here. Hypothetically speaking,
let me change up the question here, eRock.
Oh, I mean, I would have. Okay, I didn't go with those 3, but go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, what about in the GG crew?
Ew.
Yeah, I'm gonna really twist it up.
Man. Well, let's see here. I'd have to marry Zombie Jeff.
Oh,
Fuck the hell out of Tabari. Facetious. And then fuck, who would I kill? Son of a bitch. I don't want to kill anybody. That's the hard one. That is a hard one. Holy shit balls.
well, we already know.
All right. Only
You don't want to kill anybody.
Love you, Mike. I'm going to kill you, Mike. But I still but I don't want to kill him. I'll fuck him up.
We already know that Mike's died a couple of times. He probably won't care to die one more time.
We can bring him back. It's fine.
Right.
Man, that's hard. Look at it.
Things that go bump in the night, Willow. What scares you?
Ooh, reality scares me more than anything.
That's truth.
Yeah.
That's truth.
Like these bedtime stories and, boogeyman hiding in your closet and something's going to creep up under your bed and snatch you. That's not nearly as terrifying as reality.
You're absolutely correct, especially when you're familiar with working haunts. You're used to having chainsaws up your butt and running from, chasing people, getting blood splattered. So, yeah, I have to.
I believe in the paranormal and everything, and that's not even nearly as terrifying to me. Like, I can deal with spirits all day long. It's humans that are terrifying.
Absolutely, absolutely. Getting back to the conventions, your GGs are going to be representing at Whorehound soon, as well as Scarefest. What experience do you have at the cons, and what sticks out for you at these cons?
All the people I get to meet, whether it's fans or whether it's celebrities. Like, it's always cool to meet celebrities and everything like that. And I've gotten some really great opportunities to meet some people that I couldn't have dreamed of meeting, but to get to actually like come face to face with the fans and get that celebrity treatment is wild.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's so much fun.
And the after parties.
Yes, and for them to like really just see you as another human being, when in your eyes like you're this celebrity style person, and then like you show up to these after parties and they're like, oh my god, I get to actually like hang out with you, and you're not working, and you're being so personable, and you're actually talking to me. Like, this is so cool. Like, I geek out over that, getting to see Bill Moseley standing outside the hotel while we're loading up the trailer and getting to talk to him.
Right. And then you usually at a con, when you're walking around, sometimes you get asked to stop to have your pictures taken with them. What moment can you tell me that sticks out when somebody asked you to take a picture with them?
Actually, it was a celebrity. Andrew Divoff at Scarefest, the first year that we went. I was walking around. I was cosplaying Ash from Evil Dead, and I had the cuts all over my face and everything like that. And I was just walking back in and walking back to the booth, and he just all of a sudden he's just like, "Hey, I'm really sorry about all those cuts on your face." And I'm like, what? And I like had to think about it for a second. And I looked, I'm like, oh my God, you're talking to me and you're commenting about my cosplay. Like, this is so cool. And he's like, you want to come say hi? You want to, come get a picture? Anything? I'm like, yes, please. Oh my God. I was going to come ask you, but you're asking me. I love this.
I know. Talk about fanning moments. I think I've had two fanning moments. One was with Phil Ansamo from Pantera. He actually was at our booth, and we'd just seen each other. And I actually later on in the day was going to the bathroom, and I felt somebody poking me in the arm, and I'm like, "Who the hell?" And I turn, and it's him. He goes, "Hey, I know you." I'm like, "Oh, he touched me and he knows me." I totally melted into the floor.
Of that one, man. When I saw the pictures you guys posted, I screamed. I was so mad.
That moment right up there. I mean, I got to meet Robert Englund too, but the other geek moment for me anyway was Jeepers Creepers. I am a huge Jeepers Creepers fan, and I cosplay Jeepers Creepers, and I got to be in the was me, Batsy, and Jamie posing, and it was just, I just loved it. And then I got to push the button and then make that. Oh, it's so awesome! That was my fanning moment. I loved it. eRock, do you have any fan moments?
Probably more so like earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and probably one of the conventions. Me and Jeff were standing there. This was probably like 8 years ago or so. And me and him was looking, and we're like, "Look at that butt." We're looking at a girl's butt, and so she's at another booth. So we're like both checking her out, and then she turns around to come to our booth, and it was Danielle Harris, and I'm all like, that's all I could do. I was like kind of like speechless.
All the important information just flies right out.
Right, but eventually it came to me. But there for a minute, I was just like still like, I didn't expect it to be her.
Right.
And then she turned around, and it was her, and she was at our booth, and then. Yeah, and then I'm all like still I was nervous that whole time, and she was there for a minute looking at our stuff, and so that was probably one of mine.
Speaking of seeing butts and stuff like that, we have a tendency to take pictures of most of our models' butts, which basically that tells you on the back cover who makes the cover. So their face on the next cover, the butt tells the story, the end. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to segue to the hydro shoots, the haunted hydro shoots. They have monthly photo group shoots, kind of like to offset during the haunt season. The gorgeous girls go there quite frequently. And if you're interested, reach out to eRock, Chaotica, myself, Absinthe, or even Willow, if you're interested in going to a group shoot. Again, that's at the Haunted Hydro, and I think the next one is May 4th, isn't it?
Yes, May the 4th.
May 4th.
Yep.
Of group shoots, Willow, what shoot that you've done, or maybe perhaps another Gigi's done, that seems iconic to you, that really just stands out?
Oh God. I love all the other girls' work all the time. Like I can sit there and nitpick my own shoots
right,
so hard, but then I sit there and like I look at all these other girls' photo shoots that they get done and everything, and they're immaculate. Like literally any of Val's shoots is just
right,
or Batsy's. Literally the character concepts and everything like that they come up with for any of them, it's mind-blowing to me. Probably one of my top favorite shoots that I've done there was my Wendy shoot.
Yeah.
And that one, we had so much fun with that one. I couldn't eat Wendy's burgers for a couple years after that because of raw hamburger and blood. But
oh my goodness.
It was so much fun. It was out of like the normal of what I usually do, because that was the first time that I actually like ate anything gross for a shoot.
Right.
And it was, even he was cringing the whole time, like, and it was gross, but it was the things we do for a good shoot, man.
I actually remember one of my first shoots actually happened to be with Val. And that was before I knew about a lot of the nudity that takes place. So I'm following Lucas and Val, and we're doing a vampire kind of shoot, right? He's a vampire, she's the victim, and she's got a robe on. Of course, when we're going to her destination, everybody has to be robed. We all know the rules. And she's asking him. She goes, "Do you want my panties on or off?" And I'm like, "Well, that's an odd question to ask." She's got robe on and heels, and I did not know. Okay, it was my first time there, and we get there, and she goes, and then he goes, "You know what?" He goes, "Off is fine." I'm like, "Okay." I turn around. She's dropped her bra. She's naked, nothing but heels. He picks her up, and you know how tiny she is, puts her on this cross, puts a chain around her throat, and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, action. I'm supposed to be taking pictures." I was like, this is happening. This is happening. And that was the first time I actually won photo a Gigi and experienced the whole Gigi, thing at the Hydro. And the other one, and it was that very same day, I shot you, Willow, you, Jason, and Butcher, and I forget the other model, but it was basically they were your victims and you tortured them, and we had so much fun, so much blood.
It was all over I still have prints of that one, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I've done commissions of that shoot because that is one of our favorite shoots. It was so much fun.
And I'm not certain because you and Jason weren't even dating yet, but you guys were so smitten with each other. And I know the person that wanted me to do the photo shoot, she was actually the one that was running it, everything, but I could not stop taking pictures of you and Jason because of how the chemistry between the two of you was just phenomenal.
It was, and it only fueled it even more because you're like, you guys are just doing great. I can't stop shooting you, and we're just like, hey,
thanks. eRock, is there any iconic shoots that you can recall that either you've done or that you've seen?
I obviously have many, but the first one that came to mind because we're talking to Willow was the Wendy shoot, because that's when you asked that question. That's the first thing that popped in my head was the Wendy shoot with her. Just, it was gross. It was fun to do, but yeah, I couldn't have put that meat in my mouth like that. Wow. Ugh. Yeah, raw meat with fake blood all in it. Yeah, no.
Jess was the biggest cheerleader during that whole thing. She's like, get a bigger mouthful. I'm like, I can only do so much.
Don't be a pussy. Just do it. Take a big bite.
Yep.
But I would say that I want to see you do it first. Show me how it's done, Mama.
She will. She will not hesitate. She will pick that up and just like this. And yeah, she would.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, but nobody called her out on it, so she didn't. We should have. Next time.
Should have.
Maybe next time.
No, but I'm pretty sure Pickle had to run to go get the hamburger.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Funny that Pickle had to go get the hamburger.
Right?
I am also wanting to ask you about this is where I ran out of the end of my slip. Willow, tell me something new. What's going on in your life?
Ooh. Let's see. Started a new job. Just been working my life off. My kid just turned 11.
What?
That's wild to process.
I know.
All right.
Other than that, I am doing the best that I can to keep up on photo shoots and everything like that here at home to make sure that I've got plenty of content and to make sure the magazine's nice and full. Do the best I can on that one. When do
you expect your next ETA at a con or shoot? Do you have an ETA or?
I know I am going to fight tooth and nail to make it to hydros as much as possible, so that all my shoots aren't just in my room,
right,
and out in my yard.
But sometimes, whether due to finances, traveling, or jobs, like you said, reality is just sometimes not nice. Sometimes you got to make do with the closet and what you can do.
Exactly. So I know the shoots I'm going to do my best to make it out to. Convention wise, I know I'll be making it to Wetzel's. That one I fight for every year. That one's just way too much fun. We have a blast. And, again, we've created a family there. Like, right. We've met some really incredible people there. And
I have not been to Wetzel's yet.
Oh, I can't wait for you to go.
Remember, absent the widow, they say, you're coming. Chaotica.
Yes, she's bound and determined. That's her goal this year, is to get me to go to Wetzel's.
It's a blast. Other than that one, I'm gonna try to make it out to Days of the Dead Indy, because I got plenty of time to plan out for that one.
Right.
Trying, maybe, possibly make that hotel takeover. Maybe.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. That'd be
if I can finagle the plane tickets to get down there, I'll see you there. Other than that, I want to make it out to Horror Hound again as soon as humanly possible. I unfortunately don't have a highway safe vehicle right now,
Understood.
which is always a pain. And I live all the way up where no other girl lives.
Where is it? You don't have to tell me exactly where, but is it Michigan?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
up in Michigan, and it's the
Boom
closest girl to me doesn't go to conventions anymore, and she's about half hour, 45 minutes south of me.
Gotcha.
And that's Kat, man.
Right. Right. You mentioned Wetzel's. Tell me about Wetzel's. What's Wetzel's?
Wetzel's is such it's a biker rally held by the Wetzel's MC, and they put it on every year. It's a whole get together of all these bikers, all these great, amazing people and everything like that. They put on it's from Thursday to Sunday, right?
Yep.
Most people start getting there Thursday, more so Friday. Friday nights and Saturday nights they do concerts. Last year they did Bad Wolves, and that was amazing. We actually got rained out on one of the concert nights. That was fun. But they do the biker games on Saturday, which is such a blast to go watch. These guys are such a hoot. And then seeing the women get out there too on their bikes and show these guys up, man, there's some powerhouses out there. And but it's a whole weekend of just partying and having fun and getting our name out there and more people. And we last year I know we did a couple shoots on some of the motorcycles that we were able to get a hold of, and it's a blast, man. It's something different.
That sounds like that.
Shouldn't she?
Should go.
Yeah, Chaotica should go, shouldn't she?
Yeah,
she should absolutely go.
I will put that in consideration. I will make a note of that right now. Wetzel's.
Hold on, this just in. Absinthe Widow says, "Get your ass to Wetzel." That's what the text message said.
Sure. Breaking news.
She just texted me and said, "Make sure you tell Chaotica get her ass to Wetzel."
Yeah, I'm penciling that in as I write with my pen.
So Willow, I know that you can't go to these upcoming conventions that we have, which is Horror Hound and Cinema Wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you tell us what people may have not been to either one of them before, what they should expect or whatnot from both of those conventions, starting with Horror Hound.
Horror Hound, it is not for the faint of heart. It is a huge one, especially for us. It's a huge convention in general, but for us, that's where a good majority of our fan base actually goes. And we get to see so many people, we get to meet so many people, and a lot of times we actually aren't too far from celebrities, and we get packed. We get slammed. It is not something that, it's I'm just gonna, maybe, sign a couple autographs here and there, and we're barely gonna even talk to people. No, you're not sitting down, you're constantly talking, you're constantly promoting. Even that I have to go to the bathroom, like even on the way to the bathroom, you're passing out flyers, hey, go check out our booth right over there. You're passing out cards. It's busy. It is so busy.
So a good show for a rookie, right? A girl that's never done a show before.
If you want to be thrown to the wolves and really get the full experience of what it's like to work a convention with us, that's it. Do it. Full send. If you want to dip your toe in,
Cinema Wasteland. Yeah, exactly. Beware of the gonzo, though. Speaking of, I know that one of the things at Scarefest that they have don't they have the trading cards?
Scarefest?
Yeah, Scarefest.
We have our own again this year.
Yeah.
We have our own, which has, guess who? Danielle Harris.
Yes, Danielle Harris on our card.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing that happens at the Scarefest as well, is that those cards are spread out at all the vendors and the fans, including ourselves. And I have 2 complete sets already, and I'm collecting.
Yep.
I've got 2 sets, and I know eRock does as well. But it's like Pokey, but in the horror industry. It's a lot of fun.
Even Addiction, they came out with that the first year a couple years ago.
Oh my God, it was insane.
All over the place. So, I mean, we were part of that too, because we're like, oh, this is cool too. So we're like helping everybody out.
We kind of had a silent end too. It was like,
right. Like, here, well, we got these cards. Trade. We need this card. Okay.
Yeah, if we had multiples, yeah.
The whole time.
Sometimes you get multiples and you trade with other people. It's a lot of fun.
It's just like Pokemon, man. Any other trade.
Exactly.
That was an awesome idea that they came up with to do that a couple years ago. And I'm glad we're a part of that. So.
Yeah, Scarefest was definitely a fun one the first time that I got to go, and I can't wait to make it out to that one again. That's another one that I really want to make it out to again. Yeah,
that's become one of our biggest shows. Scarefest has, and they're awesome. They treat us very well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Willow, who inspires you in the GG community? Who has inspired you, or maybe had the biggest influence on you?
So that goes to 3 incredible human beings, and it's 4 different reasons. Because Batsy comes up with some of the most incredible original characters.
Agreed.
And puts her heart and soul into them.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's a video for, TikTok or something, or it's just a photo, like I can feel that character through that photo. And then
you can hear it and smell it.
Yes, you can hear it, you can smell it, you can taste it. Like you know what that character is.
Right.
And then you've got Val, who does these amazing cosplays, and I have never seen them not do a good cosplay.
Right.
Everyone that they do not show it off until it is perfect.
Right.
Like they're so dedicated, they got it tattooed. Come on now.
Right.
Who's that good?
Right.
And then the third one is I think a lot of our biggest, inspirations and influences and everything like that, and that's Liz.
Liz Stiletto, 3-time.
She is the 3-time GG of the year, and she is a powerhouse with everything. She is so incredibly stunning in all of her photo shoots. She has one of the best support systems behind her. Talking about Mike, and everything that they do together, and they themselves are some of the first ones that I actually really interacted with and got to know on a more personal level. Mm-hmm. And I love them so much. That's my future ex-husband and my sister wife. That's I love them. They're so down to earth and so incredible. And I mean, all 3 of those incredible human beings, I would not be the GG that I am without all 3 of them. Right.
Yeah. Definitely agreed. I have another question for you. We usually every year have the camp out. Can you tell me about the camp out, the GG camp out that we do?
The camp out. So that one is much more laid back for us. We, I know the last few years we've been able to open it up to, certain fans being able to come enjoy a day with us and really get to see us in the wild, pretty much.
Right.
We're laid back, we're camping, we've got bonfires and drinking games, and everybody gets to just just let loose and let your hair down, and take advantage of the beautiful land that is given to us, and do these awesome shoots if we want to, or we can literally just be laid back all weekend. And it's
a lot of topless girls.
And a lot of bonding.
A lot of bonding, it is.
Definitely.
We have the bloody slip and slide that we play. The bloody slip and slide was a big hit.
Truth or Dare was a big hit recently.
What's that?
Truth or Dare was a big hit.
Yes, that was a big hit. That was, that's, I was given some odd concoction to swallow. Was not easy.
Yeah, I had to lick Lori's foot.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And
I had to make out with
Tabari and
Tabari.
yeah. I
Damn.
think a lot of people have kissed Tabari. A lot of people have kissed Tabari.
Everybody should kiss Tabari.
He's a sexy beast, isn't he?
I mean, but at one point it was a whole running gag about, you know, if you hadn't kissed Liz yet, then you're not a real Gigi.
Well, I don't know. I've not had that opportunity or that blessing yet. But now that I've spoken, I'm done. I'm done for it.
I got a message to Liz real quick.
That's how it got. It was actually at a camp out, and I had mentioned, you know, oh yeah, no, I haven't kissed Liz or anything, and she's like, excuse me, come here, and it was a wrap. Like, oh, well, hello. Exactly, like that happened. Oh, hello.
Right. And I know that now they have the addition of the hot tub, so sometimes you can soak with the Gigi in the hot tub. So that's a lot of fun too. And they got the pool. You got the addition of the pool. Yeah, we have the pool, so that was a lot of fun too.
Trampoline with bouncy boobies.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun.
That was Val's ideal. She wanted the bouncy boobies.
Yeah, there's a trampoline there too.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that was Val's thing. She wanted bouncy boobies. That's why she wanted a trampoline.
So
Val got a trampoline for the bouncing boobies.
That's right.
eRock, we recently had a Halloween party at the Double G. You want to tell us about that?
Where I'm at right now, if you haven't noticed, sitting here. But no, that turned out awesome. We had a pretty good turnout. That was our first one that we've really done officially. We've had some over the years, like True Innovations. We went to one there, but yeah, we had a good turnout. Had some pretty cool costumes that showed up.
Yeah, the one night stand. That one hands down.
That totally surprised me. I was all like, saw her walking up, which is my sister, but saw her walking up, and I'm like, what is that? It's like a purple box. I'm going, purple box. You know, it's kind of dark at this point. And
right. Saying, and there's stuff all littered all over this purple box. It basically looks like a nightstand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There was like a porn DVD. There was a
sex toys.
They had a condom. And she's like, well, this is the gorgeous girl. So we had to have blood. So it was a bloody condom. So yeah,
there you
go.
On the table, a used bloody
condom. I think Val won sexy costume. Yeah. Sexy costume.
Sexy. Scary was one of our friends and fan, Sean.
Yep.
One of the scariest.
Yep.
And then didn't Zombie Jeff win one?
I don't know.
It was Frankenfurter.
There was one.
Was it Funniest that he won? Funniest.
I'm trying to remember. I know that Chaotica and her man won best couple.
Yes. Who was that won best couple? Who?
Chaotica and Chewy.
Who's Chaotica? I don't know who that is.
Me.
Oh, okay.
You forgot me already?
No, of course not. Never. No. But yeah, you guys looked amazing.
We did a steampunk. We did a steampunk look.
Yeah.
He was committed. He was more committed than I was, but that's I like it. Since he's become a part of it, it's been amazing.
Yeah, but Absent the Widow did great, like on doing like all the decorations and stuff.
Oh, she did.
Making sure that the bar was set up with all the alcohol and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So she had it.
She was the host. A lot of
work to get it ready.
A lot. Yep.
Yeah, she did an awesome job. So I was proud of her for doing that. And then I was glad to have some fun finally on Halloween, because it seems like we don't get together as much during Halloween because everybody's either working, their side jobs during Halloween,
right?
And working the haunts and so forth too. So yeah, so we kind of get a little too busy around that time of year.
Indeed. What memory do you have of some of your conventions, Willow, that you can reach back into your database that helped you in your career? What, like, like meeting people and the fan base, what kind of like influenced you?
I'd have to say, and I wish that I had like a specific one that came to mind. But one of my favorite things about these conventions that like is more inspiring to me is the cosplayers that walk around. Because a lot of these people, like I've seen like even the ones that just they carry around their own little business cards and everything. Because this is what they do.
Right.
And I'm such a fan of it. It is so incredible to me how somebody could put in so much work and so much time, and especially these people that actually like make these costumes. It's inspiring to another level that I can never even actually comprehend, because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, usually with us Gigi, it's like, we're slapping on blood and half naked, and you have some semblance of a character, but you're not in it all day long.
Right. And that's the one that always comes to mind. What I wish I could remember her name. But she always walks around in the little goat hoops. And she does like this demoness character.
I know who you're talking. That's the first one that popped in my head too.
Yes.
Lucy Purr, right? Was that who you're talking about?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yep.
Watching her walk around in those, I had to stop her and ask her. Like the first time that I saw her walking around, I'm like, how do you do that? She's like, you see this big old stick? It's holding me right now. I'm like, okay, cool. That makes me feel better. Because I'm sitting here worried that like you have calf muscles the size of my entire head with how easily you're walking around.
Right.
But that's true dedication. Like when you get yourself into a character and you are doing this all day at a convention, it's not easy. Like we dress sexy or we do these cosplays and everything like that, but it's when you take it to that next level. If you can stay in your corset and your heels and your makeup all day and walk around the whole time, bravo. Right. Because I know that I'm barefoot halfway through the day.
Right.
And I'm sitting there clawing at my corset. Just like it feels like it's a part of me, rip it off.
Right, because it's like indents into your skin. It becomes part of it. Yeah.
And that's like, I know I can do it, but like you inspire. If you can walk around and do this all day, I can stand here at the booth and do it for a couple hours.
For a couple more hours. Squeak it out.
Yeah, like I can do this.
You have been known to be one of the top sellers, Miss Willow. And when we say top sellers, we're talking about calendars, magazines, our grab bags. There's different levels of grab bags. What advice would you give to our GGs that make it to the con on how to sell our merch? What is the tactfulness that you use or suggestions you can give?
So, as much as it is about trying to push that product and trying to get these people to buy our stuff, it really comes down to being personable and treating them like a human being. Like they're not just some pay pig. Like you have to treat them like they're, your best friend. Like you've known them for years. Like, hey, how's your mom? How's the kids? How you doing? And some of them you build that kind of relationship with. I have pictures up on my wall from one of our biggest fans that always brings me his pictures when he takes them of us. And he loves our personality. If you can get them to fall in love with the human being that you are and make them feel like they are that important to you, you've got it. Mm-hmm. That's if you're just treating them like, you are just my next customer and I need you to buy something or get away, like, yes, you don't want them hanging around in front of the booth for too long, especially when we're busy, especially when there's a lot of girls. You know, it's you got to find that balance to it.
Right.
But if you have to build these connections, if you don't build the connection and you just, hey, you want to buy my stuff? Oh, no? Okay, bye. You're not going to get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Build these relationships, build these rapport, and then they're like, hey, I really like you. I want to spend my money with you. Like, hey, cool, thanks. How much of your money can I spend? Because it's all right here.
Right. Exactly.
So is that your secret though with the grab bags? Because you used to blow those away.
I know. I got super lucky with those, man. I really didn't even know how I was doing that. Like, and that's got to be my secret, because I really do. I just talk to these people like humans. I give everybody the same treatment and everything like that, unless you come at me some type of way and I have to remove myself from the situation. You're going to get the same treatment from me that everybody else gets.
Right.
So talking about that, have you had any bad experiences like that where somebody's came at you in the wrong way at a convention or an event?
Ooh. At regular conventions, no, not so much. I've gotten super lucky with that one. I haven't had to deal with that. The creepiest and weirdest ones I personally have had to deal with is when they get a little too drunk at Wetzel's and they want to, bring back the vibrating koozies.
The vibrating koozies.
That's when it gets a little like, okay, I'm gonna go this way. Thank you though, but
What about the back seats of motorcycles though?
That was one of the funniest things ever. And when I sat down, this guy drives up on his motorcycle to our booth, and he's just like, "Hey, hop on." I can't go anywhere with you. I don't know you. Like, no. He's like, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna sit right here. You just sit on it." Like, and I look back and, got the nod of approval from,
Right.
eRock and Mama Jess and, everybody, and Jess is, Pickle's standing right there. Like, they ain't going nowhere. Cool, thanks. And I sit on the back of this motorcycle and he just revs it. And if you've ever been on a motorcycle, you know what that does. And immediately, yep, like the
vibrating koozie.
And it was so funny because, like, we had been talking with Absinthe all weekend about, like, why women like motorcycles. And she had never been on one. And so as soon as he revved it up, I'm like, go get her. Go get her now. And they went and got her. And she sits on the back of the motorcycle and he revs it. And she was so embarrassed the rest of the night.
That was definitely a good time, though. That was
it
awesome.
Was so fantastic. The look on her face, and that when she, comes back to us after her wonderful experience, she's just sitting there and she's like, I get it. I'm so embarrassed right now, but I get it. And we're like, yeah, but you get it.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yep, it was awesome. Yeah, fun times like that to happen all the time.
Oh yeah.
Do you inspire, or do you hope to be a part of a movie soon?
I would
if the opportunity comes up.
I would love to. I am always open to any of the experiences and any of the opportunities that are presented to me. I'm always right there. Like, is it absolutely terrifying to me? Yes. I have anxiety. I have, issues and everything like that. So, like, yes, it's absolutely terrifying, but I'm not going to be able to get past that unless I just do it.
Exactly.
Right.
And like I said, with the conventions, like, I just have to embody a totally different person.
Right.
And push that aside and then be able to do it.
Right. With that being said, I was asked this by Absinthe Widow. What is the biggest thing that you've overcome as a GG?
Oh, a lot of my own personal insecurities.
Yeah.
Any of the photo shoots that I have done, if you would have asked me, 6, 7, 10 years ago, if I pictured myself actually doing these. No.
No. Yes.
Absolutely
Agreed.
not.
Agreed.
I could not picture myself in front of a camera like that. Like, no.
Right.
But once you get out there and you do it, and you kind of just try to throw carelessness in the wind, and really just be free, and it's so freeing. It's
Right.
it makes you feel alive. Like it's something different.
And then you have all the the marked memories with the pictures and all the behind scene moments that happen. It's an amazing feeling to be a part of. Excuse me.
And for me, it's especially with like doing more shoots at home and everything like that, and actually getting to sit back and like watch the editing process with it and everything.
Right.
It's wild to me because I look in the mirror and I'm like, like it's okay. It's all right. And then I look at these shoots and everything. I'm like, damn, she hot. Who that?
Yeah, right.
That ain't me. Who that?
I know. That's happened with me as well. It's like, wait, what? That's not me. That's not what I look like. That's not what I look like.
In the magazine, or I'll see them in the calendar, or I'll look at these pictures and I'm like, she's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like that looks good. Yeah. And they're like, that's you, genius. No, it's not. I don't know who that is. You actually look good.
Yeah, speaking of one of the hots, is that I see the hat behind you that says horror. That was pretty hot.
Yeah, it was. That one was a fun. The yardstick for it's right behind my computer too.
Is it? Yeah, I was just noticing that hat back here, and you're talking about hot, and I was like, oh, that shoot was hot.
Well, because any of the props from any of my shoots that I've ever done, when I actually do have like different props and stuff like that, I keep that.
Same.
I hold those sacred. Like as soon as I got into my content room, I'm like, the whore hat's going up. That was a beautiful memory. I love that. It stays.
Yep. We do have about 9 minutes or left, Willow. Do you have any ending thoughts or things you'd like to add?
Ooh. If you've ever seen us and you've thought to yourself, I could never do that. Those I don't fit in with those women, anything like that. You're the only one lying to yourself.
Exactly.
All it takes is message one of us.
Yep.
Any of us.
Yep.
Message eRock, message any of us and get to know us.
Mm-hmm.
Even a simple little conversation, and you'll be amazed that we are all just weird and just out there, and we're all down to earth and everything like that. Right. And we love everybody, and we love uplifting each other. And we're not as scary as we look.
No, we're a bunch of weirdos and geeks that just love horror and gore and blood and boobies.
Exactly. And if you think to yourself, well, I don't want to get, I don't want to show any parts, anything like that. You don't have to.
Nope.
That's perfectly fine.
Yep.
I didn't want to show anything when I first started.
Mm-hmm.
Life's different now, but that went, that goes with comfortability and everything.
Exactly. And confidence and
new things about yourself. So if you've ever given yourself any sort of doubts, or you're trying to convince yourself why you can't do it, stop. If you've ever even considered joining us, do it. Don't miss out. Right. Even if you just want to, submit a couple pictures for the magazine and see how you like it, do it. It opens up so many opportunities for you.
Yep.
And it'll change how you view yourself. The first time you see yourself in the magazine, that you feel like a totally different human.
This is true.
It's unreal. And the things that we can do for you, don't miss out.
Right.
Jump in it with us. Join this crazy ride that we've been riding for a while now.
Well, Willow, I really, really appreciate you joining us for episode two for the Gore Horror Show. I really appreciate it. We got Willow, GG of the Year 2020-21, and I so appreciate and love you back. And I'm glad to have you. Again, we're going to touch base, and don't forget to check out chunt.com. You'll see us at Horror Hound soon, as well as Cinema Wasteland coming up. Got any ending thoughts, Mr. eRock?
Nope. Just thanks again for joining us, Willow. It's glad to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Mucho. Bueno. With that, basically, this wraps up number two. Oops, we did it again. Woo. Thank you so much. This is Chaotica.
This is eRock.
This is Willow.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned for more. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.